Therefore, members will please find their seats, and our guests find their seats in the gallery.
Put it up here, right?
Feel better?
Kind of drink, huh?
Any shades are part of it.
Welcome to the recess meeting of the Will County Board, May 17, 2018. Call this meeting to order. Everyone that can stand for allegiance to the flag. County Board Member Lawrence Perry will lead us in the pledge, then introduce the clergy for this morning.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
It is my pleasure to introduce our very own Reverend Herbert Brooks Jr. From St. John Missionary Baptist Church in Joliet, Illinois.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. Thank you, Lauren. I was just sharing, Mr. Speaker, with our executive that I was thinking about applying for a house chaplain. But I saw what happened in Washington, D.C., and I see that job don't last long. But he got it back, and I'm glad to be back. Shall we pray? Gracious Father, we thank you, Lord, for one more time as we come ask your blessing upon this Will County form of government. You said in your word in Psalm 24 and verse number 1 that the earth is the Lord's, the fullness thereof, the world, and they that dwell therein. And Lord, this earth that we're praying for today is right here in the state of Illinois, and what we love to call Will County, and our form of government, executive and legislative. We ask your blessing upon this meeting on today, our agenda, all of our resolutions, and most of all of our fine residents that occupy Will County. Bless this meeting. Bless this meeting on our agenda on today. In our Lord's name we do pray. Amen. Amen. Thank you once again. Thank you.
Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Sure. Mayor? Here. Brooks?
Here.
O'Gallo?
Here.
Summers?
Here.
Singer?
Here.
Moran?
Present.
Thank you. Rice? Harris?
Here.
Trinier?
Here.
Benefield? Fritz?
Present.
Gould?
Here.
Militello?
Here.
Balich?
Here.
Bislang?
Here.
Winfrey?
Here.
Parker?
Here.
Staley Ferry?
Here.
Dollinger?
Here.
Markham?
Here.
Hart? Tumanello?
Here.
Weigel?
Here.
Barry?
Here.
Politis?
Here.
And Eustace.
Yeah.
Thank you.
24 present, 2 absent.
24 present, we have a quorum. Entertain a motion to place on file the certificate of publication. Moved by Mr. Ferry, second by Mr. Gould. Madam Clerk, call the roll.
Sure. Mayor?
Yes.
Brooks?
Yes.
Gallo?
Yes.
Summers?
Yes.
Singer?
Yes.
Moran?
Present. Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Trainier?
Yes.
Fritz?
Yes.
Gould?
Yes.
Militello?
Yes.
Balich?
Yes.
Bislang?
Yes.
Winfrey?
Yes.
Parker?
Yes.
Staley Ferry?
Yes.
Dollinger?
Yes.
Markham?
Yes.
Hart? Tumanello?
Yes.
Weigel?
Yes.
Barry?
Yes.
Politis? Thank you. Politis and
Yes.
Eustace. Thank you.
24 affirmative.
24 affirmative, the motion has carried. Entertain a motion to approve the Will County Board recess meeting, the minutes of the Will County Board recess meeting of April 19th, 2018. Moved by Mr. Markham, second by Ms. Summers. Any questions? Any questions? Previous roll by Ms. Trinier, second by Ms. Parker. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary, the motion is carried. Approve of motion to approve the minutes of the county board executive session minutes on April 19, 2018. Moved by Mr. Mayor, second by Ms. Hart. Any questions? Any questions? Previous roll by Ms. Summers, second by Mr. Singer. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary, motion has carried. Madam Clerk, let's look at an acknowledgement of elected officials on that and the media that's present this morning.
Sure. County Clerk Nancy Schultz Booth, our County Executive Larry Walsh, Reporter of Deeds Karen Stucco, our State's Attorney James Glasgow, and the media present we have Farmers Weekly Review Nick Ryder and Southtown Susan Lifty. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Next up, honorary resolution and proclamations. We have County Board members Judy O'Galla and Don Gould will please come to the podium and be joined by our Executive Director of Sunny Hill Nursing Home, Becky Hawkinson, and Jamie Wesley for a presentation.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I just want to take a second to acknowledge how this whole day came about to where we're actually here to present the bus to the county board. We have an organization at Sunny Hill that started in 1990 that actually provides our residents above and beyond what they would normally have. I did a little, tried to remember everything, which is really hard because throughout all the years, they've done so much for us. But I can tell you that since 1990, today, we're presenting the third bus. That's a pretty good accomplishment. If you're ever into Sunny Hill and you've seen our beautiful patios, Friends of Sunny Hill. They wrote the check for all of that to the tune of about $56,000. And we just did an audit on televisions, and for another reason, but I thought it was very interesting that all the TVs in the building have been purchased by Friends of Sunny Hill, and that's 168 televisions and a room full of spares. So that's a lot of TVs to buy. And they're committed to continue to do that as time goes on and things break. So we really couldn't ask for a better organization to help us, give us those extra things that we need. And the bus is one of those things that's extremely popular. You know, it gets us out into events in the community. It is really popular for like the zoo and entertainment and all that sort of thing. And we cannot forget the ever popular, coveted trip to Walmart. It's one of the hottest trips that we have going in that bus. But our residents are able to continue to be a part of the community because of that bus. And Friends of Sunny Hill, with about a year, I believe it was, of fundraising, wrote a check not too long ago in April for $76,000 for this bus. So that is quite an accomplishment for this group. And Jamie Wesley has a couple things that she would like to say to you also about that. So we're going to get her up here. Take just a second.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It is indeed an honor and pleasure for me to be here on behalf of the Friends of Sunny Hill. I am also a board member, and I am very, very honored to be among these distinguished ladies. They work so hard and so diligently for us in many ways that we don't even realize. And believe me, ladies, we truly appreciate it. I am also resident council president of 156 members, we call ourselves. And we also call that Sunny Hill of Will County, Nursing Home, our home. And it brings me great joy to come before you today to present these keys to this is my first time standing, so don't get me out of sword. Judy, on behalf of the Friends of Sunny Hill board member, I would like to give you those keys. Cherish them, but give them back to us. I just want to say a very special thanks to Karen Iceberg-Sabero for all the hard work she did in getting us all together to make that bus a reality. It is so much better than our last one, and we are so thankful for that. We can actually see out and see things, you know, out the windows, and there's a space aboard that keeps all the yucky things away. So we really, really are proud of our bus. Thank you very much.
And then everybody.
Karen, come up here.
Can you get everybody?
I need Sigali and there, I'm sorry, I don't remember her name. There you go.
Yes.
more, Brenda. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
We just have to go home.
Don't get ahead of me.
No, I'm not.
Are you ready?
Go. Everybody in lots are ready to roll. Everybody's unlocked. I do. Yeah, thank God. Thank God. Let's go. All right. You're welcome. All right, we're going.
All resolutions approved at the April 19, 2018 county board meeting have been signed by the county executive. Our first committee, Land Use and Development Committee, Mr. Weigel, Chairman.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I'd like to make a motion to open the public hearing for our land use cases.
Moved by Mr. Weigel, second by Mr. Cuminello. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Sure. Mayor? Yes. Brooks?
Yes.
O'Gala?
Yes.
Summers? Yes. Singer? Yes. Moran? Yes. Rice? Yes. Harris?
Yes.
Trainier?
Yes.
Fritz? Gould?
Yes.
Militello? Yes. Balich?
Yes.
Griswold?
Yes.
Winfrey?
Yes.
Parker?
Yes.
Staley Terry?
Yes.
Dollinger?
Yes.
Markham?
Yes.
Hart?
Yes.
Tumanello?
Yes.
Weigel?
Yes.
Barry?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
And Eustace.
Yes.
Thank you.
25 affirmative.
25 affirmative. We are in public hearing. Please be advised that absolutely no new evidence or information will be allowed once this land use public hearing is closed. We have 6 cases to be heard today. Case CC 17-071, CC 17-072, CZ 18-0002, CZ 18-013, and case CZ 18-021, and case ZC 18-022. I have two people that have signed up for zoning hearings that want to speak. And is it Justin Hand.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My name is Justin Hart from Borrego Solar. I represent both cases ZC 17071, ZC 17072, and ZC 18002. I just wanted to offer the board a friendly amendment to all three of those cases to add prevailing wage using in the decommissioning estimate to address recent concerns that were brought up by committee and other board members. So it's just a friendly amendment, but applicable to all three cases.
Okay. Okay. Any questions? Any questions? Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
And next, Teresa Dollinger. You want to make a statement or?
No. There are any questions?
Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Teresa Dollinger. I represent Sage Trucking, who's a contract purchaser on this property, requesting a special use. I'm just here to answer any questions that you may have this morning.
Okay. Any questions of Teresa? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anyone from the public wish to speak on any of these 6 cases? Anyone from the public wishing to speak on these cases? Anyone wishing to speak on any of these cases? Mr. Weigel?
Making a motion to close the public hearing.
Mr. Weigel makes a motion to close. Second by Ms. Dollinger. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Sure. Mayor?
Yes.
Brooks?
Yes.
O'Gallo?
Yes.
Summers?
Yes.
Singer?
Yes.
Moran?
Yes.
Rice?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Trainier?
Yes.
Fritz?
Yes.
Gould?
Yes.
Militello?
Yes.
Balich?
Yes.
Bloom?
Yes.
Winfrey?
Yes.
Parker?
Yes.
Staley Ferry?
Yes.
Dollinger?
Yes.
Markham?
Yes.
Hart? Tumanello?
Yes.
Weigel?
Yes.
Terry?
Yes.
Codivis?
Yes.
And Eustace.
24 affirmative.
24 affirmative. We are out of public hearing. Continue, Mr. Weigel.
Our first case is CC 17071, special use permit for major public utility solar farm. This is in Beecher, Illinois. Committee recommends approval, and I so move.
Moved by Mr. Weigel, second by Ms. O'Gala. Any discussion? Ms. O'Gala.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I just want to say thank you to everyone who worked so hard on this. I want to thank my caucus, who was supportive of me while I was in Springfield with the Will County Farm Bureau Government Affairs Conference when I took a session on farming with transmission lines, pipelines, solar and wind farms. I realized that we as a county did not have everything in place that we needed. Therefore, we tabled it. In the following month, we had the support of the land use department, who also tabled it, so we could get everything in place regarding an agricultural impact mitigation agreement, which is called an AMA for short, or otherwise a lot of words, and decommissioning statement. And in that, we also put 3 special conditions on amending. One was amending the AMA, and the other 2 was to ask for an agricultural specialist to be hired, so that we had somebody on staff that could be with the development, during the development construction phase, and also pre-construction meeting, which I think is most important too, because it makes sense to get everybody who's going to be on that property, driving through the area together to know what's going on, and that would involve land use staff, Will County elected officials, and anyone who else, either the solar company or land use staff might feel is important. That way we have a good start to every project. I also want to thank Borrego, who has listened in on endless conversations between myself, Mark Schneiderwin from the Will County Farm Bureau, and Janine and Sam from the Land Use Department. Hours and hours of work went into this. It's a new type of development on farm property and on any property here in Will County. And I just want to thank everyone for all the work they did and the support that they gave us during this time.
Thank you. Any other comments? Any other comments? Mr. Moran?
Is this time to make a motion to amend
Yes,
the
it is.
cases to include the friendly amendment that was brought by Borrego?
Yes, it is. You have an amendment.
Pardon?
If you have an
Yes.
amendment.
Yes, I would like to incorporate the change in the decommissioning plan from the $35.60 an hour laborer rate to the Illinois Certified Prevailing Wage rate as suggested by the developer.
Second.
Aye.
On all 3. On all 3, do I need to do them individually?
You gotta wait to.
One at a time.
I gotta do them one at a time.
All right.
Because,
So moved.
so,
Second.
moved and second by Ms. Ogala. Any discussion on the amendment? Any discussion on the amendment? Any discussion on the amendment? Now clerk call the roll.
Mayor?
Yes.
Brooks?
Yes.
O'Gala?
Yes.
Summers?
Yes.
Singer?
Yes.
Moran?
Yes.
Rice?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Tranier?
Yes.
Fritz?
Yes.
Gould?
Yes.
Militello?
Yes.
Balich?
Yes.
Quisling?
Yes.
Winfrey?
Yes.
Parker?
Yes.
Staley Perry? Dollinger?
Yes.
Markham?
Yes.
Hart? Tumanello?
Yes.
Weigel? Weigel?
Yes.
Carey?
Yes.
Politis?
Yes.
And Eustace.
Yes.
Thank you.
25 affirmative.
Motion is carried. Motion has been amended.
Make a motion to approve as amended.
Moved by Mr. Weigel,
Second.
second by Ms. Ogala. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Previous roll call by Mr. Moran, second by Ms. Winfrey. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary, motion has carried.
Our second case, EC 17072, is a special use permit for major utility solar farm in Beecher, Illinois. Committee recommends approval, and I so move.
Moved by Mr. Weigel, second by Ms. Parker. Any discussion? Any, Mr. Moran?
I'd offer up the same amendment that I did in the last case where we replaced the $35.60 labor wage rate in the decommissioning plan with the Illinois Certified Prevailing Wage.
Second.
Second by Ms. Summers. Any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? So this would be on the amendment. Previous roll by Mr. Markham, second by Mr. Harris. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary, the motion has carried. Mr. Weigel?
Make a motion to approve as amended.
Mr. Weigel makes the move to amend as amended, second by Ms. Parker.
Previous roll call.
Previous roll call by Mr. Gould, second by Mr. Malatello. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary, motion has carried.
Next case, EC 17002, is a special use permit for major public utility solar facility in Manhattan, Illinois. Committee recommends approval, and I so move.
Moved by Mr. Weigel, second by Mr. Tumanello. Any questions? Any questions? Mr. Moran.
I move the same amendment to the decommissioning plan to replace the $35.60 an hour labor rate with the Illinois Certified Prevailing Wage Rate.
Second by Ms. Winfrey. Any questions? Any questions? Previous roll by Ms. Staley Perry, and second by Mr. Markham. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary, motion has carried.
I would like to also make an amendment to replace condition number 8. I don't think it's clear that all the utility lines have to be underground, so I'd like to change the language as follows. On-site power line shall be underground except for crossing the beacon pipeline and connecting to the overhead utility line. This was approved by our committee previously, but it didn't get carried down into our resolution. So I'll make that amendment.
Moved by Mr. Weigel, second by Mr. Summers. Any discussion? Any discussion?
Previous roll call.
Previous roll call by Mr. Gould, second by Ms. Fritz. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary, motion has carried.
Make a motion to approve KCC 002 as amended.
I'm sorry, I'm a yes on that one, I'm a no on the next. Yes on that one.
Mr. Weigel makes a motion as to amended, second by Ms. Hart. Any discussion? Any discussion? Previous roll by Ms. Winfrey, second by Mr. Harris. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary, motion has carried. Your yes on them both vote.
On CZ 18-002 in Manhattan, I'm a no.
Oh, no on the overall vote.
Yes, for
Okay.
prevailing.
Okay. Got it.
Okay, next case is ZC 18013, special use permit for operation of a truck terminal in Wilmington, Illinois. Committee recommends approval, and I so move.
Moved by Mr. Weigel, second by Mr. Malatello. Any discussion? Any discussion? Previous roll by Mr. Ferry, second by Mr. Dugold. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary, motion has carried. You want to be a yes on this, right?
Yes, please.
Next case, EC 18021, is a special use permit for an attached accessory dwelling unit in Manhattan. Committee recommends approval, and I so move.
Moved by Mr. Weigel, second by Ms. Fritz. Any questions? Any questions? Previous roll by Ms. Rice, second by Mr. Ferry. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary, motion has carried.
Next case, DC 18022, is a special use permit for Echo Housing in Elwood. Committee recommends approval, and I so move.
Moved by Mr. Weigel.
Second.
Second by Ms. Ogala. Any questions? Any questions? Previous roll by Ms. Parker, second by Ms. Hart. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary, motion is carried.
That concludes the zoning cases. We have resolution 18115, amending certain provisions of the Will County building ordinance and codes. We got Steve Balich to thank for this. We're going to exclude the permits for exterior front doors, minor roofing repairs, and replacing gutters. Committee recommends approval, and I so move.
Moved by Mr. Weigel. Would you like to second it, Mr. Balich?
Why
You've gone this far. Any discussion? Any discussion? Previous roll by Mr. Tumanello, second by Ms. Fritz. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary motion has carried.
Next resolution, 18116, adopting the Illinois Plumbing Code. This replaces the previous 2004 Plumbing Code. The committee recommends approval, and I so move.
Moved by Mr. Weigel, second by Ms. Winfrey. Any discussion? Mr. Balich?
By adopting the Illinois Plumbing Code, it's an upgrade, but it doesn't stop us from excluding repair and maintenance items from certain plumbing things that we have now for building permits. So we're going to be discussing them at committee. So, like shut-off valves, hot water tanks, that type of thing that people do anyway. Hopefully we'll exclude those from building permits, the same as we did with the other items. So you'll be seeing this coming forward probably in drips, because this started in August last year, and it's like right now it's at 10 months, but they're starting now. It's finally moving, and we're going to hopefully be eliminating a lot of those things that upset the general public because they have to get a building permit for something that they didn't even know they had to in the first place. But the other side of it is it's just an added cost that they don't need.
Any other comments? Any other comments? Previous roll by Mr. Trainier, second by Ms. Rice. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary motion has carried.
That concludes my report. Our next meeting will be June 12th.
Thank you very much. Next up, Finance Committee, Mr. Chris Long, Chairman.
Good morning, Will County.
Good morning, Michael.
First up, we have our monthly financial reports. We had a report from the Illinois Department of Revenue showing sales tax remitted to Will County for the month of February 2018 to be $1,451,174.02. The RTA tax received is $1,770,853.54 for a total of $3,222,026.56. We also have the monthly treasury report dated March 31st from our treasurer. We also have the Will County Circuit Clerk's annual financial report for the fiscal year ending November 30th, 2017. And we have the quarterly financial report for the 3 months ending February 28th, 2018 from our Will County Auditor, Duffy Blackburn. And I would like to put all these on file, so I so move.
Moved by Mr. Frizzlone, second by Ms. Dollinger. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary motion has carried.
First up, we have 18-117, appropriation of additional funds for a tobacco control and preventive media campaign. And I so move.
Moved by Mr. Frizzlone, second by Ms. Militello. Any questions? Any questions? Previous roll by Ms. Summers, seconded by Mr. Moran. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary, motion has carried.
18-118, appropriating grant funds in the sheriff's budget for the Department of Homeland Security Port Security Grant Program, and I so move.
Moved by Mr. Frizzlone, second by Ms. Winfrey. Any questions? Any questions? Previous roll by Ms. Rainier, second by Ms. Parker. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary, motion has carried.
18-119, authorizing the Will County Executive to execute an agreement between the County of Will and the Illinois Housing Development Authority for the purpose of funding the abandoned residential property municipal relief program, and I so move.
Moved by Mr. Frizzlone, second by Ms. Dollinger. Any questions? Any questions? Previous roll call by Mr. Tumanello, second by Mr. Gould. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary, motion has carried.
And we have 18-120, authorizing the county executive to execute necessary documents for delinquent tax program, and I so move.
Second by Ms. Hart. Any questions? Any questions? Previous roll by Mr. Harris, second by Ms. Bailey Berry. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contrary, motion has carried.
That's all I have this month. Our next Finance Committee meeting is scheduled for June 5th at 10 a.m.
Thank you very much, Michael.
You're welcome.
Next up, Public Works and Transportation Committee, Mr. Gould, Chairman.
Good morning, Mr. Executive.
Good morning, Don.
And fellow board members. First, we have Resolution 18-121, confirming an award of contract to Gallagher Asphalt Corporation, led on April 18, 2018, for Old Monee Road from the Will to Cook County limit to Creek Monee Road and Western Avenue, from Stager Road to Norfolk Avenue in County Board District 1. Move for approval.
Moved by Mr. Gould, second by Ms. Summers. Any discussion? Any discussion? Previous vote by Mr. Markham, second by Mr. Ferry. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary, motion has carried.
Resolution 18-122, an improvement by the county under the Illinois Highway Code for Old Monee Road and Western Avenue in County Board District 1 using MFT funds. I move for approval.
Moved by Mr. Gould, second by Ms. Summers. Any question? Any question? Previous roll by Ms. Rice, second by Mr. Moran. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contrary, motion has carried.
Resolution 18-123, confirming an award of contract to deconstruction led on April 18, 2018, for the Caton Farm Maintenance Parking Lot Overlay in County Board District 9. I move for approval.
Moved by Mr. Gould, second by Ms. Dollinger. Any questions? Any questions? Previous roll by Mr. Markham, second by Ms. Summers. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary, motion has carried.
Resolution 18-124, an improvement by the county under the Illinois Highway Code for Caton Farm Maintenance Parking Lot in County Board District 9 using MFT funds. I move for approval.
Moved by Mr. Gould, second by Mr. Markham. Any questions? Any questions? Previous roll by Ms. Dollinger, second by Ms. Fritz. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary, motion has carried.
Resolution 18-125, confirming an award of contract to deconstruction led on April 18, 2018, Plainfield Road District Overlay, County Board District 5. I move for approval.
Moved by Mr. Gould, second by Ms. Hart. Any questions? Any questions? Previous roll by Ms. Ogalla, second by Ms. Fritz. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary, motion is carried.
Resolution 18-126, authorizing approval of the expenditure of county motor tax funds for the improvements on Weber Road from 119th Street to Normantown Road in County Board Districts 3 and 4. I move for approval.
Moved by Mr. Gould, seconded by Mr. Moran. Any questions? Any questions? Previous roll by Mr. Ferry, second by Mr. Harris. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary, motion has carried.
Resolution 18-127, authorizing approval of supplemental professional services agreement for design engineering services with WSP USA for roadway and appurtenant work on Bell Road from 159th to 151st Street, County Board District 7. I move for approval.
Second. Moved by Mr. Gould, second by Mr. Balich. Any questions? Any questions? Previous roll by Mr. Frizzlone, second by Mr. Mayor. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary, motion has carried.
Resolution 18-128, authorizing an intergovernmental agreement between the City of Naperville and the County of Will for engineering services and construction of traffic signals at the intersection of 95th Street and Knock Knolls Road in the County of Will, County Board District 11.
Moved by Mr. Gould, second by Ms. Hart. Any questions? Any questions? Previous roll by Mr. Mayor, second by Ms. Rice. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary, motion has carried.
Resolution 18-129, granting ingress and egress and variance to allow full access spacing for the proposed Highview Estate subdivision on Laraway Road in County Board District 12. I move for approval.
Moved by Mr. Gould, second by Mr. Tumanelli. Any questions? Any questions? Previous roll by Mr. Singer, second by Ms. Winfrey. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary, motion has carried.
Resolution 18130, authorizing the Will County State's Attorney's Office to proceed with condemnation cases regarding the county's improvements on Manhattan Arsenal Road from Baseline Road to Magnolia Lane, County Board District 6. Move for approval.
Moved by Mr. Gould, second by Mr. Malatello. Any questions? Any questions? Previous roll by Ms. Summers, second by Ms. Rice. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary, motion has carried.
Resolution 18131, authorizing an agreement between the County of Will and Northern Illinois Gas Company, doing business as Nicor Gas Company, for reimbursement for relocating facilities along Weber Road from Normantown Road to 135th Street in County Board Districts 3, 4, and 13.
Moved by Mr. Gould, second by Ms. Trainier. Any questions? Any questions? Previous roll by Mr. Harris, second by Ms. Rice. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary, motion has carried.
Thank you. Our next meeting is June 5th at 9 o'clock.
Thank you very much, Tom. Next up is Judicial Committee, Mr. Benefield, Chairman. Ms. Fritz.
Thank you, Mr. Executive. We have one report to place on file this month, the inspection report for the Will County Jail. The next Judicial Committee meeting will be Tuesday, June 5th at 9 a.m.
Thank you very much. You should make a motion to place that on file.
Motion to
Place on file. Second by Mr. Tumanella. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary, motion is carried. Thank you. Next up, Public Health and Safety Committee, Ms. Ogala, Chairperson.
Good morning, executives and others. I don't have anything on my report today to have any votes on, but I do want to have a discussion regarding our Hero and Helps Forum that we held on May 11th. It was held at the Edwards Athletic Center in Romeoville. And it was really a wonderful forum, and we had a lot of really inspiring speeches from various people. I'd like to give them recognition. Lieutenant Governor Evelyn Sanguinetti, who's been charged with this effort throughout the state of Illinois. We had our county executive, Larry Welch, our state's attorney, Jim Glasgow. We had Dr. Narav Shah, he's from the Illinois Department of Public Health. Dr. Bruni, who's the Assistant Secretary for the Illinois Department of Human Services. And Kathleen Burke, our Director of Substance Use Initiatives here in Will County. And a lot of volunteers, and a lot of volunteers are here in the room today, so I was wondering if they might stand up and give a little wave so we can recognize them, because there were hours and hours of work put into this. And so my volunteers here who were there, Mark Ferry, Lori, who were volunteers, Sue, Anastasia, the hours that they put into making this effortless and so productive to those who attend was truly amazing. And also I want to thank county board members, Annette Parker, Lori Dollinger, and Mr. Brooks for coming and attending this. It's a very important issue. They had a very special speaker, Laura Porter from the state of Washington. She spoke on epigenetics, which is a new study on how the adverse childhood experiences impact the child and can lead to substance use. This is where the child experiences episodic trauma of heightened danger, which causes them to stay on high alert. They found that we have developed a unique way to pass from the history of our family onto our children by genetics. It's our fight, flight, or freeze response. The new studies will be very beneficial to our children, and I've learned from Laura Porter that the Illinois Teachers Union is interested in learning more about this and possibly adding this to the teachers' curriculum of study. And that is really important because if anyone has dealt with children who come from an adverse background, no matter what you do with this child, that stays with them, and it takes a long time for that child to overcome that. So like experience you and I might have, because we didn't have that trauma in our lives, it isn't a big deal to us. But it is a big deal to that child because they had experienced it at such a young age and for such an extended period of time that the impact is so overwhelming for them that they still go back and respond. And so things like behavior therapy helps them to learn that just because it's happened in the past, it isn't going to happen necessarily again, how to handle it and how to move forward with their lives. So I want to just thank everyone for that. And another very important thing that the state of Illinois has put on is a hotline. It's the Illinois helpline for opioids and other substances. And the helpline is 1-833-2, the word find, and then the word help. So this is something that's really important. People with any kind of questions or whatever can call and ask for support of what to do, because sometimes you just aren't sure what to do. So I think we should be proud in Will County of this great effort and the work that we do every day to make sure that everyone's aware of this crisis and continue working on that. Thank you.
Thank you, Judy.
The next Public Health and Safety Committee meeting is scheduled for June 7th at 9 a.m.
Thank you. Next up is our Legislative Policy Committee.
Mr. Executive, I wanted to comment on public health before you moved on. May I? Thank you. Thank you. I do agree with everything that Chairperson O'Donnell said, and that was a wonderful event. But I wanted to chime in just to remind you, Madam Chairman, that Becky Halverson had asked before the county board members leave today that they can have a group picture in front of the van outside. And so if anybody, if you can stick around for the photo, if you want to know, we can take it with the entire county board, with me as the driver. Thank you very much.
As long as you don't start it.
Okay.
Thank you for that. Thank you. Next up, Legislative and Policy Committee, Ms. Hart, Chairperson.
Good morning.
Good morning, Susan.
There's several bills that we're following, Julie and Brent are following down in Springfield. As we were speaking, I just got an email from Brent that there was another resolution. So I'm not going to go over all of these. I do recommend, and I was thinking that when I received our report, if we do get this over to, it's all in our packet with legislative, that I do recommend for anyone to go through these bills and to recognize. We had talked about last in executive that it is a blanket agreement that anything that's going down in Springfield that is going to go and do an additional dollars or take away control of the county, that our consultants do know to be and against. So, and I would hope to think that we all know that in this room. We will have our next meeting on June 12th, 9 a.m. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, our Capital Improvement Committee, Mr. Tuminello, Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Executive. A couple things today. First of all, we have an update on the capital improvement projects in your packet as of May 17th. In the last couple of months, I read it out loud because it did not make the packet. It is in there. I would suggest everyone take a look at the detailed report on where we are with the progress of all the capital improvements that we have going on. Another thing I did want to mention that we had an update on Chicago Street in Joliet. I know there's a lot of questions on how it's going to be laid out because it's going to be a little different than maybe what some had envisioned. They came to the Capital Committee earlier this month and they made a full presentation. So if you go back to the previous meeting, you click on the Capital Committee for the 15th, you'll be able to see the full layout of Chicago Street and how it's going to affect downtown Joliet. The only piece of business I have today is 18-132, authorizing the county executive to convey permanent utility easement on county-owned property located at 20 West Washington Street, Joliet, Illinois, to Commonwealth Edison Company for replacement of the electrical equipment, and I so move.
Moved by Mr. Tuminello, second by Mr. Mayor. Any discussion? Any discussion? Previous roll by Mr. Winfrey, second by Mr. Brooks. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contrary, motion has carried.
Great, the next capital improvement committee meeting is scheduled for June 5th at 11 a.m. Thank you.
Thank you, Ray. Next up, Executive Committee, Mr. Mustis, Chairman.
Good morning, Mr. Executive.
Good morning, Jim.
County Board. First item today is 18133, renewing a lease agreement for emergency management response vehicle storage facility. And I move for approval. I do need to mention though that there's a clerical error in the lease agreement that will be corrected, but the resolution shows the correct amounts. So I should mention that. So I'll move for approval.
Moved by Mr. Mustis, second by Mr. Mayor. Any discussion? Any discussion? Previous roll by Mr. Markham, second by Mr. Harris. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary, the motion has carried.
Next we have 18134, awarding bid for Fairmont School Drainage Improvement Project, and I will move for approval.
Moved by Mr. Mustis, second by Ms. Winfrey. Any discussion? Any discussion? Previous roll by Ms. Staley Fury, second by Ms. Parker. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary, motion has carried.
Next, we have Resolution 18135, authorizing county executive to negotiate and execute a contract for ERP system, HSO North America, and I will move for approval.
Moved by Mr. Mustis.
Second.
Second by Ms. Ogala. Any questions? Any questions? Previous roll by Mr. Tumanello, second by Ms. Fritz. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary, motion has carried.
Next, I have 18136, authorizing the purchase of licenses from ERP systems, and I'll move for approval.
Moved by Mr. Mustis, second by Mr. Ferry. Any questions? Any questions? Previous roll by Ms. Summers, second by Mr. Moran. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary, motion has carried.
18137, declaring vehicles as surplus, authorizing disposal, and I will move for approval.
Moved by Mr. Mustis, second by Mr. Ferry. Any questions? Any questions? Previous roll by Ms. Dollinger, second by Ms. Parker. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary, motion has carried.
Next, 18138, declaring sheriff's seized vehicles surplus and authorizing disposal, Viva State contract through Citizen Clinton Auto, and I'll move for approval.
Moved by Mr. Mustis, Machette, second by Mr. Mayor. Any questions? Any questions? Previous roll by Mr. Balich, second by Ms. Ogala. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary, motion is carried.
Next, we have authorizing amended contract with White & Company to include professional design services for the EMA project, and I will move for approval.
Moved by Mr. Mustis, second by Mr. Mayor. Any questions? Any questions? Previous roll by Ms. Winfrey, second by Ms. Dollinger. Any questions? Move previous roll call. All say aye. Aye. Contrary, motion is carried.
Next, we have 18140, authorizing the Will County Executive to negotiate a contract amendment with the Leopardo Company for construction management services, the Health Department building, and I will move for approval.
Second. Moved by Mr. Mustis, second by Mr. Tumanello. Questions? Questions? No. Previous roll call by Ms. Winfrey, second by Mr. Ferry. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary, motion has carried.
Next, we have 18141, designated capital improvements committee as owner's agent for the health department project, and I move for approval.
Moved by Mr. Mustis, second by Mr. Tumanello. Previous roll call by Ms. Winfrey. Second by Mr. Markham. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary, motion has carried.
Next, you have 18142, authorizing workforce investment opportunity act contract with employment and employer services for on-the-job training program. I will move for approval.
Moved by Mr. Mustis, second. Who's second? Ms. Dollinger. Any questions? Any questions? Previous roll by Mr. Brooks, second by Ms. Trenier. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion is carried.
Next, we have 18-143, authorizing Workforce Investment Opportunity Act contract with Joliet Junior College Workforce Development Department for the work readiness training. I will move for approval.
Moved by Mr. Mustis, second by Ms. Dollinger. Any questions? Any questions?
Previous roll.
Previous roll, Mr. Mayor. Second by Ms. Summers. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary, motion has carried.
Next, we have 18-144, authorizing Workforce Investment Opportunity Act contract with Joliet Junior College Workforce Development Department for CED preparation and occupational skill training for youth. And I'll move for approval.
Moved by Mr. Mustis, second by Ms. Dollinger. Any questions? Any questions? Previous roll by Ms. Winfrey, second by Mr. Harris. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary, motion has carried.
Next, we have 18-145, authorizing the Will County one-shop operator agreement. I'll move for approval.
Moved by Mr. Mustis, second by Mr. Singer. Any questions? Any questions? Previous roll by Ms. Dollinger, second by Ms. Ogala. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary, motion carries.
Next, we have 18-146, authorizing IGA with the City of Aurora electronic recycling. I'll move for approval.
Moved by Mr. Mustis, second by Mr. Mayor. Any questions? Any questions? Previous roll by Ms. Hart, second by Ms. Bryce. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary, motion has carried.
Next, we have Resolution 18-147, authorizing IGA with Kankakee County River Valley Justice Center. I will move for approval.
Moved by Mr. Mustis, second by Winfrey. Any discussion? Any discussion? Previous roll by Mr. Tumanello, second by Ms. Dollinger. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary, motion has carried.
Except 18-148, replacement hire for the Supervisor Assessment's Office. I'll move for approval.
Moved by Mr. Mustis, second by Ms. Winfrey. Any questions? Previous roll by Ms. Summers, second by Ms. Trainer. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary, motion has carried.
Next, we have Resolution 18-149, replacement hires for the Laraway Communication Center dispatch. I'll move for approval.
Moved by Mr. Mustis, second by Mr. Brooks. Any questions? Any questions? Previous roll by Mr. Moran, second by Mr. Markham. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary, motion has carried.
Resolution 18-150, replacement hire for the Human Resource Department. I'll move for approval.
Moved by Mr. Eustace, second by Ms. Winfrey. Any questions? Any questions? Previous roll by Mr. Malatello, second by Ms. Fritz. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary, motion has carried.
The next executive committee will be scheduled for June 7th at 10 a.m. That concludes the executive committee items. Next, I'll go on to appointments. Move to approve the appointment to the Metro Board.
Moved by Mr. Mustis, second by Mr. Tumanello. Any questions? Any questions? Previous roll, Ms. Summers. Second by Mr. Weigel. You got a question, Judy?
I just want to be marked down as a no, please.
Okay, you get that, get to there. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary? Got one, no. Ogala is no. Okay.
Next, we have the appointment to the RTA Board. I'll move for approval.
Moved by Mr. Mustis and second by Mr. Markham. Any questions? Any questions? Previous roll by Ms. Winfrey, second by Mr. Brooks. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary, would you like to be a...
I'll remain a no.
Thank you. Thank you.
Next, we have the appointments to various boards and commissions, and I will move for approval.
Moved by Mr. Mustis, second by Mr. Melatello. Second by Debbie Melatello. Any questions? Any questions? Previous roll by Ms. Parker, second by Ms. Dollinger. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary, motion has carried.
I'll be a yes. Thank you.
Mr. Executive, that concludes members.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Next up is public comment. We got one person. Violet Radwell. Will, please come down.
Good morning.
Thanks, Don.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning.
I respectfully present myself to each and every one of you because of some questions in my mind that I need answers from all of you. I am here to present myself. My husband, I've been living in Donis Grove, part of DuPage County, since my husband purchased the property in 1990, and then he passed away in February 19, 2007. I took care of him. We did not have children. And so after his death, I was sued right and left. And I did not know what to do with my life. And so I decided, a friend of mine told me, borrow money from reverse mortgage. And so I borrowed money from American Advisors Group. And that's why I am here alive talking to you. That has been a big help. Now I owe American Advisors Group $355,000. I'm not here to ask for payment from you. The reason why I am here was that I have found through lots of good people around me telling me what to do. You attend the sheriff sale in Will County and you can buy a property that is within your means. So I attended the Will County sheriff sale and I bought a house 508 Harvard Avenue, unincorporated Lockport. And this was done in October 6 of 2016. Now during that time, I have been sued right and left. But I said to myself, this can wait. And so I have found out when I've been going to land use development, I have found out that they told me that I cannot move over there because I would like to sell the property in Donis Grove because my driver's license is in Donis Grove. And I have to have a driver's license showing that I live in Lockport. And so I called up American Advisors Group. I said, can I have another driver's license? I even called up Springfield. I said, no, you can only have one driver's license because that is connected to your reverse mortgage and that is in Donis Grove. I even called up Springfield
Now, my point is this: Mr. Dennis from Vilanius advised me, you have to hire a contractor. I receive $1,435 every month from the state of Illinois. How far would that $1,435 go? I tried to save, but I don't want to get sick. And so I asked, he advised me, you have to have a contractor. My nephew and the boyfriend of my niece wanted to help me. I said, you buy the materials. Okay, that's fine, but it turns out that I have to have a driver's license showing that I live in 508 Harvard Avenue. American Advisors Group, you have to pay us the $355,000, and then you can move out of Douglas Grove. Where will I get that money unless if I win the lottery? If I win the lottery, I'll pay all of my debts, and I could even share some of the money to the Will County. But that is next to impossible. So that's why my question is they advised me, you have to hire a contractor. So I talked to this electrician. I went to the Lockport Township. I found out that the former owner owes the county $1,400 for water. And this, I did not know these people. And then according to Mr. Dennis, I have to pay $1,400 that was used by the previous owner. I do not know if that is true or not. That's why I am here. I want to survive. My point is this: I want to fix the house in Lockport, move over there, sell the property, but I cannot have 2 driver's licenses. This is the death certificate of my husband when he passed away. And we do not have children. I love my husband so much because he had been a very good man to me, just like you to your wife and to your children. You have been a very good husband and provider. So now my question is this: how can I repair that house without getting a driver's license for Will County? I cannot do this because I do not have the money. I asked a contractor and said, Violet, the roof would cost you about $7,000 to $8,000 a month. And how about the body? Well, that would cost you another $9,000 to $10,000. I said to myself, oh, that's almost $20,000.
Ms. Stradbell, why don't you, if you can stick around, the meeting's going to be over shortly. If you can stick around, and we'll have some people meet with you and see what we can do to get you steered into the right direction and get some help for you.
I thank you very much, sir, because, may I tell you something, sir? I would be a future Will County resident. And I would like the people in Will County to be responsive and helpful to the senior citizens who would like to live here. If I'm able to move to Lockport, I will give my share and give what I could give to the people of Will County. But as of now, I am BROKE.
We'll get the people necessary to help you and try and help you get out of this dilemma. So, okay?
I thank you very much.
Okay.
May I say something? I have made the good decisions to be in Will County. I thank you very much.
Thank you. So, just hang around until the meeting's over, and we'll get people to talk to you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else from the public would like to have the podium? Anyone else would like to have the podium? Moving on. Comments by county board. Mr. Balich.
Yeah, I want to just publicly thank my state representatives and senators, John Kern, Margot McDermott, and Jim Durkin, for helping me go through this stuff that I'm trying to do on land use. I mean, I call them up quite a bit, and they actually answer the phone. And, you know, they actually go way out of their way to help me, put me in front of the right departments at the state, and get the right information. And John Kern wrote me, he had the state write a letter to me that helped out considerably in the plumbing thing. So, you know, I just think that, you know, they need to be recognized for stepping up and dealing with a person that's probably considered a pain in the rear end. You know, and the other thing, I get told that quite a bit. This morning I heard something on the radio, and it made me really feel good. And it isn't that often that I give out compliments to people. And this morning I heard that Jim Glasgow, standing up for the citizens of this country, for Will County, was pretty aggravated that a gentleman named Luna was arrested, and he's an illegal alien, and there was 3 rape charges on him. And the way it was worded on the report, it made me feel good that Jim Glasgow is our state's attorney. And so I just want to compliment him publicly, because believe me, I don't do that too often.
Steve, would you do me a favor? The W is silent. If you listen to Nancy Schultz, she's very articulate. She always says, Jim Glasgow. Okay? Well, thank you for the compliment.
That's the way you say it, Juliet.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Any other county board members? Ms. O'Gala?
Thank you. I forgot to mention earlier during land use regarding the state annual legislation. Last week, the Illinois Senate passed a legislation for commercial solar protection out of the Senate, and it's into the House. And by them doing that, will help us here at land use be able to refer to that rather than having to come up with an AMA-like document for every solar farm that might come before us. So hopefully the House will pass that soon, and then we will be able to condition our ordinances to those documents, and there'll be less paperwork for us to do here. So I think that was very informative, important for that to happen, and I just wanted everyone to be aware of that. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Parker?
Once again, I just want to thank everyone for their support on the Fairmont School Drainage Improvement Project. It's a much-needed project for that community. I know the residents are eager to get the project going, and I look forward to more to come. So thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Free?
Thank you, Mr. Executive. Just a reminder to everyone that the Nature Foundation's native plant sale is this weekend. VIP reception tomorrow night starting at 5 at the Shipper Creek facility, and then all day on Saturday. I encourage you to come out.
Thank you. Ms. Dollinger?
Yes, I'd like to, Tyler and I would like to thank our county board members and the county staff for supporting Relay for Life by wearing their purple today, so I appreciate everybody's efforts on that. June 2nd is the Joliet Area Relay for Life event at Joliet Memorial Stadium. We will be walking and continuing to raise funds to assist the American Cancer Society's efforts in research and in care. So I want to thank those board members who have already participated, and to this point we raised a little over $1,800. So thank you.
Any other members like to speak? Mr. Singer?
Good morning, Mr. Walsh and members of the board. I just wanted to say that given the state of the sock season this year, I just don't think it's appropriate that I make any comments about it. We just wish them the best in the 2019 season.
Where do we go from?
If you would like me to admit, yeah, I do would agree there are probably a few things more irritating than a Cubs fan who's optimistic.
the World Series, the Cub fans and White Sox fans get along well. You finally made one. We got ours in 2005. Any other worthwhile? Seeing none, we'll move on to our majority leader, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Walsh. I appreciate that. And I appreciate everybody wearing their purple today to support our Relay for Life, supporting the cure for cancer, which we all know shows no discrimination. Please help us and help our researchers by coming out and supporting our Relay for Life on Saturday, June 9th? Second, sorry. Make sure I got the date right.
Told me that.
I just said it in my comment.
I know, he was talking to me, I couldn't help it. So I just wanted to confirm that. Also, you know, our parent provided us a great start to life. They never asked anything from any of us. In my house, except to follow their rules, and in my house, the rule was to treat others as you want to be treated, and also, of course, make your bed every day. But today, we saw something as simple as good transportation for a trip to Walmart that impacts our mothers and fathers and our senior citizens. And I really think as we all enter our next phase of life, whatever that is for us here, it's really a simple thing that brings so much joy to our senior citizens. And I want you all to please remember that during your busy lives that they've already experienced, just take time to say thank you and help them and thank them for showing us the way. And then to all our committee men and committee women that are out there working hard every day in our committees, we really appreciate it. And as we can see, Mr. Weigel, your committee has been beating up everybody. You know, with Mr. Balich leading the way, with all our building codes, and with Judy on the solar farms and getting everything done. So we appreciate all the hard work that you guys do. And with that, I hope everybody enjoys the rest of the month of May. We should have quite a few flowers with all the rain that we've had early on, popping soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next up, our minority leader, Mr. Brooks.
Thank you, Mr. Executive. Still morning. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. When Will County government works so well together, I don't know what is left to say, except thank you for the cooperation for all the resolutions that we passed on today. I think Will County government is a fine example of how government should work in the state of Illinois, and I'll even go as far as Washington, D.C., because Suzanne, we were just there. So I think that, having said that, Memorial Day is coming up. Always remember, in spite of the hot dogs, barbecue, invite me over for them, but in spite of the hot dogs and barbecue, always remember what that holiday is all about. Remembering our veterans, those that labor, and those that work hard to help build this country. Having said that, God bless you all, and thank you very much.
Thank you. Next up, our speaker, Mr. Eustace.
Good morning, everyone. I just want to thank everyone for their continued commitment to this county and all their hard work. And just a reminder to everyone that in July, we will be rescheduling meetings from July 3rd and 5th, probably over to the executive committee. I'm letting you know ahead of time so you can make any plans. It's not very often we get kind of an extended period where we may not have meetings. So just informing you now, make your 4th of July plan, extend it out a little bit. And everyone, have a wonderful day. We finally hit spring, kind of summer spring, so that's always nice. So enjoy the day, and I'll see you next month for the next round. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Commissioner. We have no executive session today, and so until we'll stand adjourned on June 22nd, Thursday.